Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. Well, say what you will about Mike Pence, and we have here on this program. His politics and his pandering are terrible. He went along with all of the awful policy of the Trump administration, told most of the same lies. And even during COVID, Pence could always be seen gazing in admiration of the boss man. But the one good thing that he did in public life was refusing to sign on to Trump's attempted coup. And today we learned he is not on board with coup part 2 either.
Will you be endorsing your former president? You were on the ticket with him last time around.
Well, Martha, I appreciate the question. And it should come as no surprise that I will not be endorsing Donald Trump this year.
I mean, it comes as something of a surprise, to be honest. All it takes to break the cycle of servility is surviving a violent Trump mob that had a noose and gallows literally yelling they wanted to hang you. But despite the risk to life and limb and to American democracy, there are still lots of people ready to throw their neck in the ring, falling all over themselves to join Donald Trump's ticket.
Various names came up. One of them was, of course, Vivek Ramaswamy. Yeah. He's made a big splash. Ron DeSantis, who's making an appearance today in South Carolina, we just found out. Obviously, Tim Scott, Byron Donalds, and a big presence here for Tulsi Gabbard. Very interesting. And Kristi Noem as well, I should say. Right. Are they all on your short list?
Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's not going to be Ron DeSantis. But lots of those names and others are circulating. Lots of them know that Donald Trump does nothing but watch TV all day. So you're getting a very perverse competition taking place right now on right-wing airwaves and social media. Although you can apparently take it too far. One contender until last week was Alabama Senator Katie Britt. But her bizarre, widely panned, and completely debunked State of the Union response seemed to have earned her more points with comedy writers than with voters or with the Trump team. So let's focus here on those that have bent over backwards to kiss the MAGA ring. So you have to begin with South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, mentioned there by Laura Ingraham, who's been at this for a while. It started last April when Scott was testing the waters for a presidential run.
I'm announcing today that I'm running for president of the United States of America. Hello, North Charleston. But when I go back to Iowa, it will not be as a presidential candidate. I am suspending my campaign.
Didn't last that long. Since leaving the race in November, Scott has had a very busy couple of months, finding what he says was the love of his life at church and proposing to her on the beach with a photographer in tow, something even Trump remarked on as only Trump can.
Today was a big story, the biggest story out there. He's engaged to be married. We never thought this was going to happen. What's going on?
We never thought this was going to happen. What's going on? If you win the Trump sweepstakes competition by debasing yourself the most intensely, well, then Tim Scott has the inside track. Here was his audition tape just last night on Fox.
If there's anyone paying attention to the details in 2024, it's Donald Trump. He understands that the devil's in the details, so he puts his brilliant daughter-in-law in charge of our RNC apparatus so that all that Reince talked about, wise man he is, will be taken care of. At the end of the day, you want the ball in the hands of the best player on the field. That player is Donald Trump.
I love everything about that. The idea that he's just like details obsessed. You know, you need a guy who's details obsessed. It's not just Scott, though. There are other senators in contention, too, like J.D. Vance of Ohio, who was pretty unequivocal in calling himself a never-Trumper for a long time. Now Vance is campaigning for Trump, says the former president has changed his mind, so much so that Vance would never have pulled a Mike Pence as VP.
Would you have certified the election results had you been vice president?
If I had been vice president, I would have told the states like Pennsylvania, Georgia, and so many others that we needed to have multiple slates of electors, and I think the U.S. Congress should have fought over it from there.
Fought over it. Fought over it. That's a great idea. Can't you imagine how great that would have been if they fought over it from there? Of course, despite that, neither Vance nor Trump or Scott may be Trump's pick. The conventional wisdom right now suggests that Trump might be looking to court women voters by putting one on his ticket. Trump says he likes the concept, Which brings us to South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem. She had her eyes on the prize from the very beginning, so much so she did not even try to run for president. Her endorsement of Trump last September set off a flurry of running mate speculation. And in fact, you remember that she ran ads during the presidential debates for herself.
South Dakota stayed open for business during the pandemic. Now we've got more jobs than people. So I'm filling in until you get here. South Dakota's the freest state in America.
South Dakota, freedom works here.
Now, that aired in a year in which Noem was not standing for any election, during a Republican debate that she was not participating in, but that Donald Trump might have been watching. I mean, he certainly isn't moving to South Dakota, but he is looking for a vice president. Noem has been very obviously auditioning for this role, but in a strange turn, it appears that Noem is endorsing a Texas dentist on social media, doing ads like this.
Well, hi, I'm Kristi Noem. I'm the governor of South Dakota and had the opportunity to come to Smile, Texas to fix my teeth. I think that I chose the team here at Smile, Texas because they're the best. I love that my bite is better.
Great. Good for you. Noem is now being sued by a consumer group for not disclosing a financial relationship with that dentistry company. Fresh off that, it appears that Noem posted this ad for custom insoles for your shoes.
We are at Fit My Feet in Rapid City, and these guys are amazing. They have totally built me inserts for running, separate ones for my cowboy boots. I'm going to be perfect. I'm going to be like Bionic Woman now.
I mean, I like insoles as much as the next guy, but I will say at least that company is in her state, so it makes a little more sense. Not exactly vice presidential, unless you're an ex-president who's constantly grifting the public, trading on your notoriety in a ceaseless sales pitch, constantly trying to get people to yes. Donald Trump has got a lot of yes men and women vying for his attention. But as we learned with Mike Pence, it really matters who he picks. It matters who the vice president could be, especially if the president is going to demand you help end democracy.